And we are live. How's it going, everybody? This is Rick with Is Your Six Covered. Appreciate you guys showing up, having fun, been screwing off, been doing some brass, cleaning some brass, been prepping some brass. And it's all about brass, 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 brass. So what's everybody doing tonight? Let me jump up to the top. Yes, I started early, Carcane. I know, I did. I didn't know what to do with myself besides, hit the button, hit that start later thing or whatever it says. But we are here and we're 4 minutes early. For all those times I made you guys wait extra time because we were either waiting for people to show up or some technical difficulty. I'm showing up early today. So that is a plus, right? That is a plus. So we got Carcane out there, Eric. Eric says, got to cut the grass. Let's see. William is in the house. We got Matthew McCraw. How you doing? Anybody buy the KYL, Know Your Limits targets yet? Those heavy ones, the half-inch ones, they're like 400 and something bucks. But you can either go in with a couple shooting buddies and go in on that. Usually you guys probably shoot with couple shooting buddies maybe, or whatever the case is, make it a little cheaper. But the Know Your Limits actually makes a target for rimfire, the one I showed on the video probably maybe a month ago, a little less than a month ago, and that one was actually pretty well priced, so that one doesn't bust the bank too bad. What's up, Gail Combs? Let's see, we got shot out yesterday, the farthest that I've ever have yesterday. So you shot out the farthest you ever have yesterday. That's awesome. Glad to see. Reason for the topic, right? Who got to shoot the range this weekend? A lot of ranges that normally were closed, people got to finally go out and shoot. And I think they've been itching. They've been buying accessories. They've been buying new rifles, new pistols, and they still haven't had a place to go out and do some blasting. So lucky for everybody now, most of the ranges are open. So, Doug's got the TX22 and the PT92 and a 1911. 1911. Let's see. Scola is out there. I was able to just finish loaded up for next trip. Was wondering, been shooting Lapua brass, but think about trying Starline for cost savings. Any thoughts? I just bought 100 rounds of Starline. I've been having really good luck with it, but I know there's stuff that's out there that's better. The Lapua is out there. It's better. It's more expensive. I think you can probably get a few more reloads for sure out of the Lapua. Not 100%, but annealing is the key, especially if you're doing a lot of shooting. So, but there's other companies as well. Actually, there's quite a few companies that you guys had talked about. I don't remember what chat it was. There's so many chats nowadays, but there's another good company that I never heard of, and it sounded like a pretty darn good company. Maybe you guys will chime in and remember. Gail says, Lapua is the best in my eyes, but Starline is pretty good as well. I've never seen a defective case or anything. I made two. Let me hear this damn guitar. I made two oopsies today. Look at that. We won't talk about that. So 50 came in the box, and now I have 48. Or I should say the bag. Bought 2 bags of those. I didn't even open the other box. Let's see. But I've been having good luck with Starline. A lot of people I know have been having good luck with Starline. Let's see. Of course you should. Matt Cross, how's it going? I think Matt Cross, you shot VOD the other day, right? Friday, I think, or Saturday? Yeah, Friday. Am I correct on that one? Let's see. Scott Hoffman, how you doing? Oh, look at who showed up. Hola, Mr. X-Ring.
What is up, gentlemen?
We are having fun. We just started. You just can't stop the live chats with the slick Rickster around here. Look at your hair. You got it all slick back. What's up?
I was drying some brass. You were talking about brass, and I happened to throw some of that lapua in the oven to dry out. So
Yeah, you like to bake yours at what, 250 for?
no, it's 180 degrees. It's convection oven. What's up, Matt Cross? And 15 to 30 minutes somewhere in there will be fine. You're not going to mess anything up.
Gail, I got some. I think I still have some smiley face stickers somewhere. I will look for them. Send me some information. Let's see, Ramsey Country, what's going on? I saw some of your videos. If you guys aren't familiar with Ramsey Country, he does a lot of cool stuff. He looks like he works or lives on a big farm, ranch, whatever you want to call it. And he does some steel stuff, shooting, long range. He did well, too. He got like, I think it was 10th out of like 46 shooters or something. So congratulations.
What's up,
Eagle
Jay?
Eyes out there. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up. I'm way behind. The ranges out there. How you doing? Eagle Eye Shooting, Gale, Ramsey Country, San Miguel, Bad Billy 429, Tim Davis, Jake H. How you doing? Eric, Brian Duchesne, Conservative Sniper Hunter. He did make it today. Evan Craig Shoots. So if you guys aren't familiar with Evan, his dad's probably watching, maybe. Hopefully he's watching because Evan needs to get his butt in bed. But a real good young shooter. And I've been following him for a while now. He's 3-gunning it and kicking ass and taking names and doing some good shooting. So, hello. So let's see who else is out there. The Range 45 Auto. Dang, let's see. All right.
Hey, Ramsey, your package goes out in the morning. And Jake H, did you get that sub MOA figured out? Because that group looks smaller than a minute.
He sent you a picture or something?
Yeah, he sent me a picture, but the group looked like it was less. Okay, so he had just picked up a Howa. I think it was a 1500 and 6.5 Creedmoor. And
who's that?
Jake.
Okay.
And he sent me a picture of the group, but it looked like it was a lot smaller than what he was stating. And I asked him if he did a measurement first for scale, and he did not. So,
and you got to put the right caliber in. Was he using sub MOA?
Yeah, I think so. What's up, Doug Lewis?
Yeah, you got to make sure you put the right distance, and you got to make sure you put the right caliber. It's a pretty cool app, but it screws up every once in a while.
Yeah, there's no. It's not very intuitive. You just have to like play around with some of the icons. But the first thing you would want to do is put in your bullet diameter and then measure a known distance on the target. It's usually 1 inch.
Gotcha. Okay, well, Matt Cross, Matt Cross actually shoots out at VOD. If you see him out there in the chat.
Oh, Ramsey Country, I don't mind at all, man. My pleasure.
Let's see here. Mr. Group's more like a minute and an hour. My groups are more like a minute and an hour. Did it shoot under 1 MOA? Let's see. Man, what'd you think of yesterday? I actually sent a link. I'm sure he won't show up, but Mark, if he wanted to show up to the chat as well. What's up, William? That was a fun shooting target, man, for sure.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm sure we're going to be shooting that quite a bit. So tonight I spent about 2 hours working on Casey's Thor 4 ATM thermal scope. So for you guys that don't know, or some that you do, I've never messed with these. Okay, I've always messed with, like, I hate to call this not legit, but legit stuff. And if you go and you look on the reviews on these ATNs, man, there's some horror stories out there. Well, unfortunately, Casey had bought one of these, and this is about $2,000, and he was going to use it for coyote hunting. Well, it crashed on him, and basically, I played with it for about 2 hours. I got it running. It's perfect now, and it is good. Basically, I had to not just do a firmware update, but also reboot the entire scope and everything. So I want to see if you guys can see this. Hold on just a second. It's actually, believe it or not, it's pretty darn impressive for what it is. I won't be able to. Let's see if I can do this if I have the skills. Probably not. No, not going to be able to do it with this camera, but
I see the porch pole. I see the porch pole.
Your GPS, yeah, it's got angle, it's got your compass heading, it's got changes different things for like black hot, white hot, rainbow, and fusion, and all this stuff.
Whoa.
And it has crosshairs in it. You can choose crosshairs, crosshair colors. I mean, it's pretty darn cool for what it is.
It's cool. Yeah, the that one little one that I have, I think it's called a L. I can't. Loophole deal. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Distance wise, it ain't great. Have you guys seen, looked, or tried the Revic PMR 428 Smart Optic?
Okay, so Otter,
What's up, Otter?
you're the second person that's mentioned that. Someone sent me an email about it, and I had a chance to check them out. I think not this year at SHOT Show, but I think it was last year. And I had a chance to look at them, and there's a lot of electronics technologies coming out in scopes nowadays, and I can see where it would be a benefit. It was kind of like that Burris Eliminator 3 that we goofed off with the other day, Rick.
Yep.
The only difference is once you put everything in, you just dial in your yardage. So if somebody says, 625 yards, you just dial the elevation until it reads 625 yards in the actual optic itself.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sounds like Eric has one.
I mean, I can see it. I don't know anything about the longevity durability. Eric, no, this wasn't a simple firmware update off the SD card. This one would not turn on. And so basically this one had to be plugged into the computer. We tried it with the SD card. That would not work at all. And you didn't have to do the firmware update. You had to do the full ATN reboot on it.
Did you do a loading video or something talking about your dimples?
No, I don't know what. The only time I've seen dimples.
There's a couple of them. They're probably talking about the ring around the where the ogive goes.
Oh no! I figured that out, Ramsey Country, and it was just a freaking. I'm going to go ahead and admit to it. It was a boneheaded move. I had the seating stem for the 6.5 for the VLDs in the 6mm, and not the 6mm seating stem. So as soon as I was able to get the 6mm, all of that went away. But I will tell you, ironically, when we shot those Know Your Limits targets, I was using those bullets that had the little dimple around it. And it was significant, but it did not affect accuracy whatsoever. I mean, come on, if you're hitting, 2-inch steels at 525 yards, it didn't change the flight or anything.
Yeah, whatever it was worked out well.
Yeah, so I told Rick, I was like, man, maybe I just need to keep the dimple in there.
Yeah,
What's up, A-Gun guy?
Maybe you designed something new. Who knows? Let's see.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. Otter, we got Otter 45, Ramsey Country. Victor's out there. I guess I'm not late. Nope, you're never late, Victor. Just show up anytime, man. Anytime. Let's see here. Well, I got some good news. I should have hit you up about
What's
this.
the news?
I'm going to be giving a Microtech away.
Yeah, Eric.
Fairly soon. My phone.
You too?
My old phone number is mine is a very lightly used one. It's my old phone number when I lived in California back in the good old days was 6765, and then there was some more numbers behind it. So I'm gonna do a giveaway when it's 6765. I figured just for old time's sake, the old Riverside County old school numbers.
Which one are you giving away? Can you say?
Yeah, I can talk about it. I haven't come up with all the rules yet. I know the
okay, so I'm going to be giving one away at 30 as well, because I usually do that, and I'm just apprehensive about giving away an out the front because I'm going to be very limited to people that.
Yeah. Well, this is the only one that I have.
That I can.
Yeah, this will be. You'll have to live in the right state. It's got a little bit of pocket wear on it. It's not officially brand new. Looks really good though. I took great care of it. But it's partial serrated, and it's been sitting there. It's been sitting there, and I'm like, it'd be pretty cool once I hit a cool number, which I was kind of going, my old phone number is pretty close, so I'm gonna use that one, so it'll be pretty cool. So we'll see what happens.
So what are you gonna do if somebody in a state where it's unlawful?
Can't enter. I don't know. Or you can still have it like California. You can still own that. You just can't wear that. So it'll depend on the state, I guess. They'll just have to make sure they're eligible for it. So Eagle Eye, yeah, he lived in the Inland Empire. So have Straylock Pro and have been seeing Hornady. What does that say? Keeps moving. What's up, Gail?
Hey, Doug Lewis, all you have to do is email ccampbell@microtechknives.com and he will take care of you. It's that simple. You can go onto the Microtech Knives website. There's a link for Millie. It doesn't matter if you're active, retired. You will be able to do it if you're a first responder, military, or police. What's up, Brian? Casey, you just missed it.
What's going on? There's Brian Marks, Doug Lewis. Yeah, Corey C. Campbell, right? The Microtech Knives, what'd you say?
C. Campbell at microtechknives.com.
Many hunters use the ATNs here in Australia for shooting wild dogs and hogs. Swear by them. Yeah, I think a lot of people use those ATNs.
Yeah, it's probably the best bang for the buck thermal you're going to get without getting into like a Raptor or something like that. I mean, it's spending, $8K or more. But I do know they have a lot of software issues. That's the only thing. I mean, case in point, Casey's. He didn't even have a chance to use it, and it was having issues.
Mac has said, thanks for the heads up on the Coleman Creek. Joined on Friday. Sounded like, where's he at? Someone had said Cobra Burnout was in here. I don't see him. What did I miss? Casey says, you missed all sorts of stuff. We've been talking about you, actually, Mr. Casey. We've been talking about your ATN. Sounds like X-Ring got it figured out. Oh, lived in Camp Pendleton. Does that count? You don't need to live in California. That was just my number. That was my old phone number. So you can enter to win this. I don't know how yet. We're going to do it soon, but I'll be giving it away at 6,765 subs. So I'm only like 100 and something away. So it'll be coming up shortly. So I'll get some type of video out there. I know the people on Patreon, they're already entered to win. And then anybody else will have to figure out a way for people to enter. So, what's up, Skunk Ape? Matthew McCaw. Casey says, "Go gadget." Yeah, 2 hours it took him, right? Took you 2 hours to figure that out, or more?
Yeah, it took about 2 hours because none of the SD card updates worked, and so I had to do the computer. Eric had mentioned it before. Basically, it was restoring the entire unit, and then I was able to go. So.
Oh, okay. What's a good distance to shoot my 6.5 on steel on a water line?
So Eric says, yeah, if the scope dies
on a water line.
But anyway, so when I got it, like I said, as soon as you turned it on, it would just turn right off. And so you'd have to do the 15-second reset. You'd hear it click, and then you'd try to turn it on, and it would just turn right back off. So that's how it works. And if you follow their directions on doing the update, it didn't work either because it would never give you the blue update. So there were some people that had some other issues with it, and I was able to do that and get it solved. As far as truing, I try to true out the furthest distance I can. I wouldn't want to true something at 200 or 300 yards. I mean, it would work, but your data, like, 600-700 yards or further, is going to, depending on if you're speed truing or ballistics truing.
What's up, LZ USA? We just showed up, Fresh Fowler. Let's see. Got a grandpa glasses on tonight.
I got my grandpa glasses on.
Someone said you look like a redneck lawyer earlier. I don't remember who it was, but you kind of look like, what is it? Is it Matthew McConaughey when he's out in was it Georgia or somewhere? Can't remember what the name of that movie was.
It helps me see. I can't help
it. That's right. Man's got to see. I actually got my.
Hey, Eric, I did try that. I threw it across a couple times.
We could do this, Ray. We'll be old men tonight. See, right here, I can't read the screen. Yeah. It's too far away. Boom. Good Lord.
Yeah, Ramsey Country's got Brian Truitt at the max distance you'll be shooting, in my opinion. And that's exactly right.
Yeah, that's good.
Tim Davis, all right.
All right. Yeah, there you go. Anybody remember that? Oh, Time to Kill. I think that was the name of that movie. Bad Billy brings it up and gets the win. Hell yeah. Ray, put the thermal on the rifle and take out that bear.
That's against the law. I am going to do a review on it because he also has the laser rangefinder piece for it, the device for it.
Oh, he does?
Oh, yeah.
Extra. That's badass. Yeah.
Yeah, he bought the whole kit and caboodle. Casey's big money.
Casey don't mess around, man. He just shows up. Boom. I'll take that Ruger right there. Boom, 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 boom. So it should be pretty good.
Yeah, Jake H says VOD has a running gun on the 30th of this month.
For those in the 828 area.
For those in the 828 area, calls about the same time.
Yeah, how was the turnout on the last one? Did you hear any feedback from any of the guys that showed up?
Yeah, so Friday, they're starting to do every 2 weeks. They're going to do Friday night fights out there, and it starts at 6 o'clock. And you shoot. There's 50 pieces of steel. You have 50 bullets. That is all you're allowed to have, and it is for accuracy and time. So Bryson, when I talked to him, he said he came in like third place, because he shot fast. That's Bryson. And he missed a few, so he did not have as high of a, a steel hit that he did on the other one. He said accuracy definitely played more role than speed. So he doesn't remember who came in first and second, but he did. He said he did give Jeremy a run for his money.
Oh, really? Oh, did Jeremy beat him then? Obviously.
No.
Oh, he didn't.
Bryson beat him. They actually had a bet going. Yeah, Eric, we had the proper SD card in there.
That's why he was shooting fast, because he wanted to win. And when you go faster than your skill tank will let you start missing. What is it, Ray? You can only miss. What the hell is it? What do you tell me about 12 times a day?
You can't miss fast enough.
There you go. That's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah, I think they had a big turnout at the Friday night fights. It looked like there was about 20 plus people there, but Jake H was saying there were 7 shooters at the running gun last time. So I don't know. You Adams may or may not have a 6.5 coming. Yes, this is a great question. Conservative sniper hunter, I have decided, but not for nationals. Okay, so the question is, X-Ring, have you decided on what Rick will use at and this will be in competition dynamics out in New Mexico?
Logan.
223 or 6.5 Grendel. He will be shooting 223.
223.
Yes. Yeah, I made some phone calls today to some guys that are huge 6.5 Grendel guys, and I told them the situation and what was going on, and they said, honestly, if you're hunting and you're trying to get more energy, that 6.5 is definitely going to deliver. But if all you're trying to do is ping the steel, it's going to be hard to beat like a 77 grain, like Black Hills out of that 20-inch proof. So I think that going to be the smart decision.
EBR 7 or
hey, DW, I do. I have 2010 and 2015. Not when I'm up close looking at a phone.
He can see 4 million miles away, but after you looking on a computer for the rest of the day. I don't know.
Well, if his computer would be bad.
59. That's the one I want. What's up? I watched what?
Yeah, Ramsey Country. I do not mind it. I'm doing an unboxing video. That'll be fine.
If you ain't first, you're last. Dusty Rhodes. What's going on? JK, it's 30 plus on Friday night. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're ahead of me on this deal. Let's see. May I ask why the 223 over the Grindle? Otter asks. Oh, Rick has a new rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the 6.5 Grindle, and I don't know, maybe some of you guys can chime in. What I found is it's pretty hard on brass. So you're not going to get much reloading out of the brass that you're shooting on a 6.5 Grindle. Maybe four reloads, even if you anneal. I mean, at the third reloading, I already had some split case necks. And when you look at the ballistics, other than the energy down range, there really isn't any advantage to shoot the Grindle if you don't need the energy. If all you're trying to do is hit the steel, the wind drift is about the same. So, yeah, that's it.
Frank said Bryson smoked it.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I mean, Bryson's a good pistol shot, no doubt about it.
That's for sure.
Yeah, he just needs to control some of those shots. That's all.
Yeah, Bad Billy, I'll be learning a new rifle. It shouldn't take too long. I'll be shooting 3 guns, so I'll be back to the gas gun for a while. So hopefully it'll be a easy transition. It's going to be learning the reticle, though. What's your thoughts on the 6 GT X-Ring? I know it's new, but it seems better than the BR-based cartridge. And the 6mm is a barrel burner.
Yeah.
Can't afford the 600 plus every. Yeah. Nobody wants to buy a new barrel every 1,500 rounds.
Yeah, so I watched that. Says he gets 4 to 5 on Hornady brass. When I first got that, I started trying to do that Federal brass, and it's just weak. And so, yeah, I don't know. And Tim Davis, I did see KB32's ammo test for his AR, and I know that the Nosler and the Defender worked really well for him.
I think the wind drift will be more 45 auto. It's just a matter of putting it in the dope. What's up, SoCal? Yeah, I haven't seen KB's ammo test yet. I did see the picture, though. It looked like a tight group, but I don't know what distance or any of that stuff. What's this one?
LCUSA. I told KB he probably needs to try the 69 grain. I think it's going to shoot better for him and shoot a lot tighter than what he posted on those videos. Nationals, you're only going to have to. There's only two stages where you can shoot to 400 yards, so you don't need to be shooting 77s. I don't know why you would shoot a 77. I mean, the 69 is plenty good. So yeah, I think that would be a better option. I might hook him up with a box or something and let him try it.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked at the state.
What's up?
What the official name is. What's up, Les? How you doing out there in Adamas? It's pretty cool. So they send you basically what is it called? The rule books and the for the nationals. What's that thing called?
The matchbook.
The matchbook. Yeah, and they basically have it all set up in this miniature scale thing, so you can actually look at each stage, which is pretty cool. I didn't find any dump barrels anywhere, though. Aren't they supposed to show where the dump barrels are?
Yeah, they're in there.
Okay, so those are then they're way far apart. I was trying to come up with some ideas on running those stages, and I'm like, shit, I need to. Where do you put? Because you can't bring, you cannot carry a rifle or a shotgun from one part to the other. It said.
Correct.
So
this is going to be completely different than what we're used to, Rick.
Yeah,
think there's certain stages where you can ground your long gun on the ground as long as you don't step more than 3 feet away from it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was like
in the dirt.
But you have to stay with it, right?
Yeah, no more than 3 feet.
Okay. The Trimmer 3 reticle built in. Yeah, they're saying which reticle's in your eyeglasses.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Thanks for responding to my email.
Conservative sniper hunter Rick's probably going to be using reloaded ammunition, everything but shotgun. I will be shooting Defender for the entire match, other than shotgun.
I think I'm just gonna buy some American Eagle and then shoot some 69 grain stuff. I'm gonna be shooting a dot this time, so I got a few things I need to practice. So I need to get some ammo and get it figured out. I might actually have to call Defender and order some stuff for that match, because there's only two. I don't know what the round count will be for those 2 long range stages, but it can't be more than, I don't know what, 100 rounds.
I think there was only one stage where I think you're going to have to do. There's 2 stages. There's one that's got the round count high enough on rifle where you're going to have to do a reload because it's more than 30. Then the other one is a mandatory reload where you've got 8 reload and then 8. So yeah,
rifle?
Yeah, everything else is going to be just one mag, and you're good to go.
There was a lot of shotgun in there, which is pretty cool. And some of those, like I think it was stage 3 or something. I'm like, man, you could hose this place down with a shotgun.
Why'd you think I did the video? Shotgun is what wins it. If you can't run that shotgun, you're not going to be able to do one of these events and do well.
Yeah, that's another thing I need to do a little tweaking with, is my shotgun to make sure it's right.
Yeah, that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, I actually had brought those pieces. I was hoping to meet up with you today, but it didn't work out after I dropped Matt off. The Hornady Kestrel.
Oh, you don't even want to get up. You don't want to. Did he tell you I was hot?
Who?
Matt.
No. Did you talk to him after?
Yeah, he called me, and I told him, I said, he goes, "You all right?" I said, "I'm a little aggravated." And he goes, "What?" I said, I still had like 1 acre to cut. I said, and I cut it loose because I thought y'all were coming over because y'all gave the impression that was it. So now I got to take all that crap back this week to go cut that 1 acre because I didn't want y'all sitting around waiting.
He said, Ray said he was going to start cutting in the morning and then you'd be done. And it was like 4 o'clock when we talked to you. So he's all, I got to go. I'm like,
yeah,
right.
Well, I had a lot to do.
I hear you. Well, I'll help you out. Well, let's see. What did I miss? Lost power for a few minutes. Tim Davis, you're not supposed to lose power. Had some bad connection issues.
So, Cal, I'm growing it out. I'm gonna get like really long.
He's gonna get some locks going. Get some locks going. I gave him all my hair.
Let's see if I can actually cover up the ears.
I had him drop my ears down because I couldn't take it anymore. Casey wants to help. What are we cutting?
Yeah, no, it's some commercial jobs that I do, so that's it.
You have any content? Let's see. What else is going on around here? Yeah, I basically been just trying to see if anybody's been shooting. There's a couple people that finally got out to the range because with all these ranges being closed down, a lot of people, I guess, are finally getting out. They're opening them up and getting to blast away at some stuff, which is cool. Not everybody's got a cornfield, which is pretty awesome.
No Ken, no mullet. I've been called Leonard Nimoy before, so it's not a bad thing.
I am an SISA certified arborist. If you're laying trees, I'm your guy. That's cool.
Yeah, what's up, Jay? I think we talked about that at the range.
What, Spock?
No, being an arborist.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, damn.
Okay, so this question keeps coming up. I have not had a chance to use the Hornady, and a lot of people have been talking about that, but this is actually before the Kestrels. There used to be an app by Knights Armament. Okay, it was before Strelok and everything else, and it had all the military calibers, military guns in there, and it was a great app. And you couldn't get rid of a lot of the things that you wanted to get rid of because some of the stuff was just kind of locked in, kind of like the Wilcox. You can't get rid of some of those profiles. But either way, when Kestrel came out, they came out with the H59 ballistics, I believe it was, Horus ballistics. And there were guys that were using it, and then the guys at third group started using applied ballistics. So that means getting rid of your Kestrel 5700 that you just bought with Horus in it, and now nobody's using it, and then you don't even see those anymore. And then all of a sudden there's applied ballistics, and then now Hornady's got one. I mean, what I've got works, so I haven't had a chance to use it. I doubt I will. And I don't know what it's going to do over the applied ballistics. I mean, they seem to have their junk together. But then again, so does Hornady. But I don't know if I'll even want to try it at this point.
I know that's what's tough is you learn something, and then it's like, do I really want to spend the time and energy to learn something else? What distance device would you use?
Yeah.
Suggested for a beginner. Tape measure. No, I'm just kidding. Problem with those damn rangefinders is they don't really go out to what they say they do. You locked up, Ray?
I would always suggest a decent rangefinder. Okay, that is almost like a must-have. Okay, even if you can't spend big money on one, definitely get something that's decent. I know that I don't want to name any names, but there's a lot of companies out there that have them. But the problem is, just go ahead and cut the number in half. If it's 1,000, you're going to get 500 yards, unless the conditions are just right. So it's always good to be able to verify, your distances, to be able to hit some of those steels if you can read it. I mean, you won't always get a reading back.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm not naming any names, but Ken just brought one up. There are a lot of those that I've seen that will not get a number back on targets.
Or they will, but it's got to be a perfect day.
Yeah.
Especially animals, right? They don't reflect very well. So of course, you don't want to be that far away either, but.
Yeah, I hear a lot of good things about those, like Ramsey is saying, the SIGs. So, there's enough guys using those with a lot of positive feedback that I would say try to get something like that. I don't see how you could go wrong with that, or a Leica or something like that.
Those ones are freaking nice. How much do you think those ones cost that is just the handheld unit? Not the binocular, but the rangefinder. The Leicas.
I think you can get them for like 800. Sometimes they're on sale. Just depends. The like the ones that KB has. I think the 1800.coms or whatever, the ones that Leica sent me. Those link up with your Kestrel. Those are nice, but I think those were like MSRP was like 1,200 or something.
Oh, this is good info here, Ramsey said.
Tape measure. Yeah, Brian, you can use them for golf. Believe it or not, some of those are actually really good because usually the guys are trying to hit flags, and sometimes on the flags on the golf course, they'll actually have little reflectors around the tops so that you can get a reading. But believe it or not, some of those actually work really well.
What's Scott Hoffman saying? A lot of air and range finder distance versus actual distance. Yeah, but it's better than nothing if you don't have anything to range or you don't know the target size. You'll want to try the SIG binos. I'll ship you mine to try out, Matt says.
Yeah, that would be good. You know, just because I'm not going to buy a set, I know Rick's not going to buy a set, but you know, I could do a side by side comparison with the Leicas.
Yeah.
You know, the only other ones out there that you see a lot, you see a lot of the Leica rangefinding binoculars, and you see a lot of the Steiners. Well, the Steiners actually cost more than the Leicas, if I'm not mistaken, or at least they have a set that does. So yeah, there's that.
What's up, Matthew?
For you, John.
Let's see. Matt Cross said he emailed you. I don't know if I'm assuming he's talking to you. How you guys? What up, Gagabytes? Let's see. I'll email you. Yeah, there's so much stuff out there. It's a matter of like how much. The thing is, you don't want to spend good money and then it not work, but you don't want to spend top quality money if you're just going to have fun. But that's the tough part, is where's that fine line at where you can get the best bang for the buck for the farthest distance that's not going to break the bank as well, you know.
You know, the biggest thing is, and this is a great topic. I know some of you guys aren't into long range, but those that are, I know Ramsey Country's real big into it. Maybe he can kind of support or go against what I'm saying. But the biggest thing is get you the best optic you can afford. Okay, if all I could afford was buying the least expensive precision rifle I could find, let's say I decided to go with a Remington 700 PCR, which $700 to $800, which that was a tack driver, the one I got from Sam. Let's say it's just not a high priority for you. You just don't want to spend a lot. Make sure you get a decent optic and a decent base for it. Not to pick on John, but that Burris pepper mount didn't belong on that setup, and someone even commented on that. There are better options out there for it. So get you a good solid platform first and foremost. Get you a notebook if you can't afford a data book. Just get you a notebook and record it all your data down. Get you good quality. You don't have to have a Kestrel. Buy Strelok on your phone. Like I said, before the days I could get a Kestrel, I was using Strelok and want to match with it, and it's good enough. It'll get you by. You're going to want some type of rangefinder if you ever do an event, because if you have unknown distance, I mean, you're not going to mill every target. You're going to be losing to everybody. Other than that, it's just shoot. Go out there and shoot and learn that rifle and practice different positions. That's the advice I would give.
Yeah. Practice, practice, practice. All the crazy gadgets will not do everything. Ray, do you have one of those hats that you had made? I'm curious what they look like.
Yeah. I've got to go downstairs and grab one, but
let's see. I'm into long range, but I can't afford it right now. Abigail, yeah, that's the thing. It'd be fun to do a video where maybe we can even do a mock one where you give it'd be kind of a fun video where you say like, okay, I got $3,000 that I can spend, but I need everything to be able to go shoot some type of match, right? Or maybe, I don't know, I keep thinking all the things and I'm like, well, maybe $4,000, maybe $5,000. Do I hear $10,000? It's yeah, that RPR worked great. No, it wasn't an RPR. It was I always do that. I always call Sam's rifle an RPR. It's not. It's a Remington. PRC, right? No, PCR.
Yeah. Yeah, so Ramsey Country and Otter both agree. It's the optic is the most important thing. It really has to be repeatable. It needs to be clear for you, and it needs to be durable. It's the way it is.
Yeah, Chris Miner says it well. One piece at a time. That's right.
That's it.
Just build it. Buy what you want the first time. Wait, save, buy. Wait, save, buy. And then you get what you want. ELR shooter is not distance-based, but caliber-based. The optic is the most important thing, regardless of distance. Yeah, the optic is important, for sure. I'd rather have a very cheap rifle and a great optic, for sure.
I'm having fun, SoCal. What makes you ask?
Is Ray having fun? Ray's always having fun. He's trying to figure out a way to cut his hair live on tonight's chat.
No,
Just kidding. No. So did you load up some six today? Or you just prep brass?
just prepped and dried the brass out.
I got you.
You know what? My wife's going to get upset because I didn't get them out of the oven.
So. Oh, yeah. It's oven time. I can turn you off if you want for a minute.
They can look at the ceiling. It's all good.
All right. Later, guys. Working a 48 straight. Night, Douglas. Doug Lewis.
Look at that.
Have a good. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Man, that's only like 50 pieces of brass. Vacuum in a head.
No, that's 60 pieces. That's 60 pieces of perfect Lapua brass.
Good Lord.
That's like cookies.
It's almost better than cookies.
Yeah, that's it.
Here's my new cookies right here. Except for these two holes right here. I done squished me a couple pieces of brass.
Yeah, I saw that. It looked very similar to that one out of that Lee press.
Yes. And that was the all I did was the neck. So I had bought Starline brass the last time, did a video on it, and a few people had commented about a few things, and I'm like, I'm gonna give it a try. So I just basically resized the neck, and then sent it through the trimmer, not the trimmer, but chafing the outside and inside and all that crap, all that stupid long range rifle junk you got to do.
Yeah, so right out of here, now that they're dry, what I will do is those were deprimed before I put them in the Thumbler's tumbler. It took about an hour. They came out perfect. So I went ahead and made sure all the steel pins were out, put them in the oven there for 20 minutes, and then I will anneal them. As soon as I get done annealing, then I will bump the shoulders back.
Is that a stainless steel, a nonstick cookie sheet? Those are some good cookies. Those are shiny cookies. Yeah, you started saying food, and all of us got hungry quick. They look delicious. What's the recipe, Matt Cross says? Junk stove.
Country, I don't use a trickler. I use an RCBS Charge Master for the initial dump, and then weigh it out on a diamond scale. That's it. That's it. I try not to overthink it.
That's right. Find a load that works.
I used to spend a lot of time with deburring the flash holes. I don't mess with that anymore. I don't believe Lapua brass you really even need to mess with it. And the reason a lot of people do that is because, when they punch the primer hole out, the flash hole out, it can leave a burr. And so what you do is chamfer the edge. But I think if you read Litz's book, I don't think there was much difference in guys that actually deburred the flash hole or didn't. So no, I don't anymore.
You're saying from inside because they punch it from the top, at least on the Starline brass.
Yeah, you reach it from the inside. I've showed you the tool, showed you how it works, but it comes inside. And
no, not the cleaning tool that squares it off.
No, I've got another tool where it cuts the primer, the flash hole on the inside.
Huh.
I have it on the reloading bench. I showed you how to do it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Exactly.
My shit works just fine. I don't need to do all that bullshit.
We'll see you. You'll see you, Casey.
KZ.
No, Ramsey Country on the diamond, I don't trickle. What I do is I've got a little scooper, and I will literally pull out like 3 kernels, and I can usually get it pretty darn close with the powder, with the little cup, and whether I need to add 2 or 3 pieces or whatever. As soon as it hits that number, it's good. But no, I don't actually use a trickler, no. And I've used the Dandy trickler before, and eventually I'll get one of those. Those are pretty neat, but that buzzing just drives me crazy.
I can't take it anymore. I got
Yeah,
the dates. I got
yeah,
the dates.
always.
What?
Ramsey asked if I uncap before tumbling, and absolutely.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I did the flash hole one time. That's enough. Oh, I got you. So guess what?
Otter, no, I do not weigh my brass. I do not.
I don't. I wonder what. I mean, because I'm not gonna do it. But between what kind of group change you think you'd get it?
Okay, so we have two of the two guys that I know are really really big into long range shooting or longer range shooting. So let's ask Ramsey Country and Ken and SoCal. That's all three. Do you deburr your flash holes?
There you go.
There's one right there. Eagle Eye says quality brass doesn't need it deburred. We're spending a little extra. So if we're using Starline or if you're using Lapua, there's no reason to really do it anyway. I also do not measure the capacity of the brass by doing water or anything like that. SoCal says no. So now we have two no deburring the flash holes, and Ramsey Country says heck no. So we are all on the same sheet of music, and I would say collectively between us four, we've been doing it a long time. And I think it's one of those things that you read about, you learn about when you first get into shooting. You're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to, yes. Do I chamfer inside outside case? Of course I do that, because if you don't, you can do what happened to Rick the other day and pull a ring of copper all the way up through there.
I did do that.
Yeah, you want to make sure that your brass is at least the same length. Make sure it's got a chamfer on it. But as far as deburring the flash hole, I don't think it's necessary, and the accuracy out of the ammo shows that. So, yeah,
Yeah, it's shooting.
I
I
wouldn't
mean,
waste
it's shooting good. So that's like why. Ramsey says why. Why would you waste time doing that?
Yeah, a lot of the old argument that I heard from old timers that taught me was, and that's where I learned it from, was that if you have a perfect flash hole here, it's going to flash perfectly across the powder. And I'm like, well, your powder's not going to be, it's not like a full cartridge usually. You're going to have some void in there unless you're running a compressed load. And it's like, come on, fire's fire. I don't think it really matters. You're building up pressure, so what is the benefit of it? And I think, even like I said, even Litz backed that up and saying there was really not a whole lot of difference. I can't remember exactly, but you have to check it out.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and this is a good answer too. Bentress people do all that stuff, but man, they build the stuff. What are those? What are those F class guys, or is that what they're called? They build that ammo right there, right before they get ready to shoot it.
And Gagabytes has a point. If you're doing a full reload, why not go the whole hog? Because it has to be worthwhile to do. It has to show some type of benefit. Is my whole thing. Why would I spend an extra? If you're doing 100 pieces of precision rifle brass and reloading it, and spending the time that we are with, making sure the powder's good and everything else, is there a measurable difference in doing it? If not, then I'm not going to waste my time doing it.
It's necessary to measure by the water method to measure your brass capacity when using quick load for choosing your correct powder, etc. Oh, yeah, Otter. I don't know. That's on a whole nother scale, man. I know people. I've heard of people doing it. I've never seen somebody do it, but
no, I mean, and this goes back, and I've said it before. I know I'm going to tick some people off, but I think people read too much into this game. It's not that difficult. I think most of the four people that I named before will tell you, as long as you're consistent with what you're doing and you're doing it the right way, all these other little things that you're wasting time on isn't going to matter. There's more shooter error involved. It's just, I don't know. I'm not one of those that like to tinker. I reload because I have to, in order to get ammunition that shoots well. I mean, ELD match for it shoots great, but it's not going to shoot as well as a hand load. But I don't waste a whole evening trying to do it.
I waste a whole evening trying to load just the way I'm doing it, and that's enough time spent there. Is Nikon a good rangefinder? Didn't they sell that side of it or something like that?
I think scopes.
Just scopes?
Yeah.
Or shoot gnats ass at 1,000 yards. Anyone? Oh, he's asking for everybody. Yeah, it's good. Yes, I load for 6 rifles all the time and a few others at times. And pistol doesn't even need to be clean.
Yeah,
LOL.
I've owned one set of Nikon rangefinders. I did have a set of Nikon rangefinders, and there was an internal mirror or something that came loose on it, and Nikon wouldn't warranty it, and I didn't drop it. I didn't treat it. I didn't treat it roughly or anything else. So yeah, that was the last Nikon rangefinder I had. That was some years ago.
Brandon Butler's out there. Howdy, howdy.
Brian Duchesne, you're not allowed to do that, actually. It's against the law, from my understanding, to reload and sell ammo unless you have a license for that. So I'm sure there are some companies, and these guys can chime in, but if you're talking about an individual that's, hey, I'll reload some up for you, he's allowed to give it to you, but he can't sell it. So you'd have to actually have a, I think it's a manufacturing license for that.
True, Adamus. You really don't need to clean pistol brass for the most part. But you'll wear your dies faster, and it's just not pretty looking, man. Check this out. I'm trying to fill this whole tube up. What the hell's a tube at? That's all been decapped and sized. That way when I run it through the 650 again, it's smooth operation. Which I don't know why I did that, but I decided to because I was bored tonight. Don't forget about the Vortex Optics VIP warranty. Yeah, Tim, that's the thing, man. Oh, and a good friend of ours that's supposed to be bringing that Kestrel, I guess has a an HD with the proper reticle, the Horus.
Yeah, I know. Is he going to sell it to you?
I haven't talked to him. I talked to Matt about it earlier today.
Yeah. I don't think he was planning on selling that, but I could always ask him.
Yeah, Matt, he had texted Matt beginning of this month about maybe selling it. So I don't know. If he is interested, maybe I'll try to get it. And then switch over, sell one of mine. That way I can train with it. Let's see, I used to reload black powder cartridges. Black powder is corrosive. Yeah, 45 auto, that stuff. We actually shot rays and kind of put it away without really giving it a good clean job. And we had to go back and spend some extra time on that thing. He's like, oh, crap. I forgot to clean this. That's going to weigh 50 pounds plus. Oh, yeah, for sure. This thing is like, where's the tape? I don't know if I got a tape. Let me go back here. I think you can see the whole thing from there. Yeah, I was just basically entertaining myself. Brandon says, I sent a Nikon 4K to Nikon. Got a 3000 stabilized back. 4K was new in the box and didn't work. 3000 want hit broadside of a barn. Oh, wouldn't hit.
No, I'm still here.
All right. Gotcha, Mr. X. But for us with little experience, reading the theory helps, and much more help is the kind of you guys cannot thank enough for your channels, videos, and streams. Otter, always appreciated. Always fun to hang out with all you guys. Judging by your height, that bag must be about 30 inches. WTF SoCal. This is the reason why your pipes break. It's called bad karma. I'm just kidding. Ray, what was the longest recorded shot?
2000, and that's it.
How far?
2,000 yards. That's it.
2,000 yards.
Okay, so just real quick, hold on. I want to talk about this for just a second when it comes to reloading, because I don't know. I'm trying not to get any strikes or dings. I know, Rick, you'll reload and everything else, but talking about the processes and everything else, what I found personally, all right, if you get, and I can't say this for Starline brass, but like for Lapua, and it's the reason why I ended up with a crimped case on that stupid Lee die. Whenever you get brass in, or if you've shot a piece of brass out of your rifle, let's say you buy you a Tikka or Remington, whatever you buy, and you shoot it, and Ken can jump in on this if he wants. You need to save 2 or 3 pieces of brass because you want to measure what the headspace is. Okay, you can buy these little tools from Hornady. Rick just bought a set, and what you're doing is you're just measuring that shoulder. Okay, I'm just going to keep it simple. Even if you don't know what headspace is or anything else, you're measuring that shoulder. And if you're shooting a bolt gun, what you want to do is you want to, this is the way I do it. Okay, everybody does it differently. Some people will full length size the whole dang thing, but you're putting extra work into that brass when you're doing that. Okay, because all the way back down to semi standards, and it's growing again, shrinking it, growing, shrinking it, going. If you're shooting in a bolt gun, well, once it grows, when you fire it, all you want to do is just bump it back so you don't have any, sticky bolts or locked up bolts in an AR or anything like that. So as a rule of thumb, bump it back 1.5 thou to 2 thou on a bolt gun. Bump it somewhere between 3 and 5 thou on a gas gun. That way you're not going all the way back down into here. Once you do that, just the basics of your sizing die and everything else, do the inside, outside of the case neck, clean it if you want, whatever. You don't have to get crazy with squaring up your primer pockets and all this other stuff. Just make sure you've got good pressure when it seats. Load it up and go from there. That's about it.
And then go shoot and have fun. That's the point is to go shooting. It's not to, it's a fun hobby. It's relaxing. It's good to get away and tweak out on trying to get the best round. At the end of the day, shooting rounds downrange is more fun. And at the end, the training or the practice will definitely help.
Yeah, Scola, that's exactly it. You're work hardening it. Now, after you fire it once or twice, you probably need to start thinking about annealing. There's a whole bunch of different methods. Whether you get one of these, what is it, Gerbeau, I don't even know the name of it, that, or a bench source, or, they got that salt bath method. They got all these different ways of annealing. But what's going to end up happening is you're work hardening the case neck, okay? And that neck will become brittle, and you'll start getting cracks in it. I've seen case separations, things like that from other guys' guns. Maybe I just make it too simple. I load very, very accurate ammo for what I have, and it's good enough. Now, Eagle Eyes, is Ken is saying, you want chamber-fitted ammo with minimized brass expansion to have uniform start peak pressure. There you go. That's what I just said in a nutshell. But and Ramsey country, a little wiggle room in case you put up a small piece of dust. And that's exactly right. So, you get into match chambers, they get really, really tight. When you get into, somebody was talking about getting headspace gauges. Was it Sinclair or something like that? I'm looking where it was at. Somebody commented on that. Sinclair makes a nice set of headspace gauges. Yeah, they do. But you can usually go to Hornady, to any gun store, and they'll have those in that you put them right on top of your calipers, and you're good to go. Good enough anyway.
Am I going the wrong way? I don't think so.
Okay, so Otter's using a Redding body die, and then he's using a Lee Collett neck sizing die. I think that's what Ken does, isn't it? Or something like that. He uses body dies and a Lee Collett neck sizing die. I don't think you're going the wrong way. It's just a different way than what I do it.
Yeah, and Kenny makes some great ammo.
Yep.
Boy can shoot. Let's see. You're messing up excuses. Excuses reloaders have used for decades, mostly to their wife. Adamas. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
The other. Okay. So Nick Knox makes a really good point here. How do you know that brass you're picking up is not tired junk? It's because it came off my range and it was once fired. Um, that was, geez, doing suppressor testing. That was pallets of ammo, literally pallets of ammo that was once fired. We tried to pick most of it up, but what we didn't, that's where it came from. I do not pick up brass off the range. I'm not one of those guys, and the reason is from what you just said. You know, that might be that guy's 10th reload on that piece of brass. I don't do that unless I know where it came from. I don't really mess with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and like when we go shoot a VOD or at the cornfield, we pick up our brass that we shot because it's our brass, you know. We know what it has.
Ramsey Country stated it well. Don't try to bench rest reload for a field rifle. That's it in a nutshell, guys. You know, that would be like spending 20 minutes to make a perfect 9mm round. Okay. I mean, why is it acceptable there, but not acceptable for rifle? Oh, it's longer range. You still want to take care with it, but you got to remember, we're not bench rush shooting here. I mean, we are looking for really sub MOA groups and being able to hit small targets out at distance, but we're not bench rush shooters. I had a buddy that was into bench rush shooting, and I think it took him like an hour to load 5 rounds. I mean, if I had to do that, I'd just quit shooting. Probably.
That's freaking hilarious.
Paul and Curious, you guys need to figure out business hours.
We got them.
There are no such things as business hours.
Ain't nobody got time for business hours. You guys are off business, most of you, so that's when our business hours start.
Gagabytes, no, it's not all prone. It's all positional stuff. You know, if you watch, you know, I recorded that whole event when I did that Bushnell match, Bushnell match, and everything was some funky, awkward position. You really weren't on your belly. Most places are away from what we call belly matches. You're going to be moving in and out of vehicles, moving Skedcos, shooting off a roof, shooting off of a bench, shooting off something like that. What's up, +5?
Here's a good question I don't know the answer to. What's the distance that these bench rest shooters are shooting? I'm pretty sure.
I think it's 200 yards, something like that. I don't know.
But they're doing this, right?
Oh, they're doing insane groups.
Yeah.
You remember I was telling you about the guy up in Maggie Valley that was national champion a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
He showed me his 200-yard targets, and I don't know how you measure that. I mean, it was
it's one hole.
You're measured the jaggingness of it not being in the same hole. It was incredible.
That's nuts. You almost need a special kind of app for that to even measure that crap.
Yeah.
Business sounds like work, Matt says. Exactly right. Let's see. +5 is out there. What's going on? All the way from California. Him and SoCal. Who else is from California right now?
Eagle Eye says he got a 90mm Garrett turbo installed on the square body, rear mounted. Yeah, back in the day when I was doing a lot of drift stuff, a really good friend of mine was on the circuit, and he did that. He put a rear mounted turbo on his Mustang. It was pretty cool.
We're sorting and prepping. Bench rest guys and F-class guys don't neck only size. They bump just like us. That's good enough.
Yeah.
You're not going to get much dirt on a bench. Let's see. Orion Fixer, what's going on? Kenny, are you gear? Yeah, Kenny. Is Kenny gear heading it up right now? Getting his grease on. White dot on a rock. Oh, yeah, you had to have your hand on a white rock, dot on a rock, Gagabyte said. I think you had to be able to touch it, right? You didn't have to have your hand on it.
What's that? Yeah, you have to be able to touch the dot.
Yeah. My buddy shoots bench rest at 1,000 yards, and he's shooting 3-shot groups regularly around 2 1/4 inches. Nice.
Yeah, I think the world record on that was right at 1 inch at 1,000 yards. So
Damn, that's
definitely good.
shooting.
Yeah, it was just outside of 1 MOA.
Really?
Or no, excuse me. I'm sorry. It was just outside of a tenth of an MOA.
That is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, because it was
Wonder,
1,000, not 10 inches.
10 inches is one.
three
Yeah,
or something.
point one. Ramsey said. Social distancing. That's what LRS calls 700 yards. Let's see. Night Skull. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. It's always fun showing up. How long have we been yapping for? We'll end here shortly. Eagle Eye Shooting. Yep. Yeah, if you guys aren't familiar, get over there if you want to learn good content on reloading, Eagle Eye Shooting. This guy right here, click on his thing, and I think that'll take you over to his channel. Subscribe to him and everybody else out here. Ramsey Country's got a good channel with lots of videos. Go check out his channel for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Can't wait to get out there again. We need to do some gas gun shooting here soon, Ray, and some shotgun practice. I do, anyways. And I need to sight that rifle in with that red dot. Oh, we're going to be screwed on those stages. There's going to be a lot of reloading for shotgun. For nationals.
Yeah, I'm not that worried. Asked if we're already doing stage planning. I'm not. What I'll do is I'll print it out. I'll look at it, but your game plan and strategy will probably change because of perspectives.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because when they did the match book for this nationals match, somebody actually took the time to make, like, you guys ever seen like when somebody does like these railroads inside of their houses and they got these little
train
bush else. Somebody actually did that, made little miniature poppers and everything else. So it's 3-dimensional, but I'm sure it won't be exact.
No, and it's cool. It is so cool. I actually showed my son that. I'm like, check this out. This is badass. It was pretty neat how they did that. That one, it looks like you're sitting in the middle of a lake on a deck or something when you start off. I think it was like stage 1 or something. Yeah, John. So they did send the stuff, so we actually have the chance to do it. But you're saying, have y'all started talking stage work walkthroughs since you got access? No, we just looked on them online. Haven't really messed with it, but it's getting close. A couple weeks or so. TikTok, you guys are feeling sleepy. LOL. Gagabytes, I think he's in the morning right now. What time is it, Gagabytes? Probably eating lunch or some crap. A heavy barrel, usually stainless steel. Get dummy rounds and work reloads. Yep. A lot of time for reloading right now. Elster, what's going on, Elster?
Todd in here?
He just showed up. I sent his ass a link. I don't know if
he just got a D&D scale.
I know. I'm highly jealous and excited for him. Where's he at? I'll do it this way.
Yeah, Eagle Eye Shooting. And guys, if you haven't checked out his channel, I mean, listen to this. He's getting SDs of 1, and he's not using super expensive reloading gear.
Wow.
Yep.
Abigail was lurking and playing Mercenaries 2. You mentioned the Silencer Co. Radius as an alternative to the Wilcox. I was just looking for a basic rangefinder that would mount on a pick rail.
Hey, Tim Davis, if you're just looking for a basic rangefinder, there's a company, and the name escapes me. Maybe one of these guys can chime in. They make little exoskeletons for all kinds of things, and they make one for the Leupold Mark IVs and all these different spotting scopes, where you can put all this stuff on there if you don't have pick rails. So I'm sure someone makes an exoskeleton for a handheld laser rangefinder that you could attach to your spotting scope, and there you go. You'll just have to do some searching for that. Maybe someone knows. Val says, "Get ready for crash and bud." I guess crash and burn.
Crash and burn. Val, such anger. Just because
Yeah,
you can't go doesn't mean you have to be a dick. All right. Be a nice guy, Val. Why don't you push for your friends to do well instead of being
yeah.
an
Don't be Mr.
asshole?
Negative all the time. I
You're
like
always
Val.
an
My
asshole.
goodness.
Be
I've never
nice.
in my life met somebody more negative than Val, and I like Val.
I do
But my
too.
goodness, it's every word out of his mouth is negative. Can't ever be constructive or help friends out.
I
What's
know.
up?
You should push for your friends, Val. I always want you to win every time you compete. All right. Enough said of that. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I want a rangefinder. If you guys remember, I'm testing.
Yeah, and Ken's a nice dude. If you haven't met him, +5, he's an awesome dude. He's legit. I like him.
Oh, he's wrapping up his video. Old Todd Elster. If you guys don't know the Elster, man, over there at Elster's Rifle and Reloading, he does a lot of editing to make you guys awesome videos. So let's see. Let's see. I would plug Elster's channel for folks looking to understand how to reload. He's got one of the best channels. I just said that, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, +5. Remember, don't forget that Silencer Co. Radius. I know they're out of manufacturing now, but you can pick those up at a deal. I mean, I actually bought one for $150 just because it was $150 and sold it, which I don't typically do to try to flip stuff or anything like that. But I realized I wasn't going to use it. And yeah, I mean, I got good money for it. So if you find one of those, I mean, that'll mount right to a rifle.
San Miguel says, I like to buy the Know Your Limits Target. Those things are fun, man.
Yeah, fun. You need to get one, San Miguel.
Yeah, and if you don't have a range where you can, either get the rimfire or the centerfire version, it is a lot of fun. The best part is trying to get that thing spinning around, man. You go through a lot of ammo, though. Having fun. And you can shoot them with pistols, which is fun too. I was trying to find the radius, but only guys that have them like $750.
Jeez, yeah, that's crazy.
That's a lot of money. MK Machining has rangefinder tripod mounts. I was actually at a Sportsman Outdoors today, and I checked out that bog. I think it's called Bog tripod for like $199. Picked it up, kind of messed with it and everything. It's pretty awesome for the price. I know they make better stuff, but it's a lot more expensive. When are we going to blast Elmo? Yes, Eric finally brings the question.
Hey, Baldy, is this for me or for Rick? No supporting you when you shoot for shit. Try harder.
We're trying harder. It's called practice.
I don't know. He must be talking to you. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know who he's directing that at.
Probably me. I would assume. Try harder. I am trying harder. I'm not trying my long range game right now. This national thing, I'm going to go there and try to do well, but right now my heart's in long range, so that's where it's at. Got to get back to work. Have a good one, John. Live for wild. Glad to see you out there, my friend. I'm going broke or dead soon when my wife finds out I spent $15,000 on MBG.
Yeah, Sam Miguel emailed me about this one. I was like, oh my goodness.
What did he get? He got two with color or thermal or what?
Oh man, he was looking at all kinds of different things.
Awesome for him.
Hopefully he got in touch with I think I sent him some information on somebody that's really, really good to deal with. But nice. When are we gonna blast Elmo? I don't know. Soon.
Yeah, I want to blast Elmo. Man, we had a big old panda. It was, I don't know, pretty damn big. I wanted to blast the shit out of that. For some reason we never got to.
Yeah, Val says he's talking to you.
Yeah. Does not hurt my feelings at all. I'm practicing. But bet they're cheaper than the yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
they're
Idaho Rogers USMC. This is a great question. Does anyone know a website for used rifles that's not Gun Broker, Guns America, or Buds looking for an old wood and steel 223 bolt gun? Go to Arms List, okay? Armslist.com. You can search your state, you can search your city, and it's usually people that are just trying to sell their own personal guns. There's not a ton of dealers on there. There are dealers, but Arms List is a really
uh-oh.
good place to find
Vulcan Curious says he wishes he could go down to Florida. I wish you could too, Val. It'd be a fun time.
I'm looking at Gagabyte's comment. Elmo is currently on death row awaiting a 6mm report. We need to take that sucker and put him out.
Oh man,
we'll wait till 1,000 yard till we get 1,000 out there, but that's going to be a little while. But right now all we have is at 730 yards, and I think Elmo
yards, and
that would be that would be pretty easy for Elmo.
What?
That would be pretty easy for Elmo.
Yeah, easy for us to hit him.
That's what I'm saying. We need more distance.
Oh, we do need Tannerite plus Elmo.
Yeah, but I'm not going to blow up Tanner right there.
Oh yeah, we can't.
Well, we could.
Maybe Frank would let us. Maybe Frank would let us blow Elmo's ass up. That'd be fun. My world record 600 BR friend James Phillips told me to get the Cox.
The coax.
Coax. He sleeps with his guns and reloading equipment. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, Elster. Enough of that flat shooting 6 and 6.5. Just kidding. I'm going to try me a custom 308. Oh, no. Don't do it. I'm just kidding. Match soon as competitions get back to business and have them looking. Actually, I wonder if is Ramsey out here still? Ramsey country? I was wondering what rifle he was shooting when he was shooting that. I think it was like video 12 or something. Take the Tannerite over to the tracks. Yeah. When that lady.
Did you read Val's comment?
There's going to be 4 Stooges and 1 Pro at Nationals. I'll let get. It don't matter. I'm going, Val. You're not. I'm trying to motivate him to go just so he can shit talk for the next 3 days.
I do not use small base dies for my gas guns. No.
4 Stooges. There's only going to be 3 Stooges.
Could you take Big Bird out? Eat that guy. I don't have a big bird.
Yeah, if you can send him, we'll destroy him for you. If you got a big bird that needs to be gone.
Tickle me, Elmo. Emo. Tickle me, Emo. That's right. He's an emo. Cuts himself to feel alive. I actually saw
that. What? I haven't seen that. Coax press is what I use. I love it. 5-second die change. Nice. That's freaking cool.
I don't know. My die. Have you guys ever used the in Ramsey country? You can tell me about this. So on my RCBS, I use that Hornady that quick turn, and so it only takes like 3 seconds to do a die change. Is there any issue with those? Because I haven't noticed any variations or anything, and I just put those in, make sure it's tight, and go from there. Seemed like a cheap way to go.
Oh, Otter took my comment as
Eric's got to go when he said Val is Oscar.
The Grouch. So after y'all, I was just kidding, Otter. Relax. 308's a good round. I was just kidding, Otter. Everybody take it easy. All this tension in the air. Thank God there's only 6 minutes left. The comments down below are out of control, Ray. I can't handle it.
I just use an old RCBS. That's it. I use on my, when I'm seating, I use what they call it's a partner press, I think. It's a really lightweight. That way I can really feel what's going on with it. I have 2 of those. And those are side by side. And basically I'll have one for like 223, one for 308 or 6.5 Creedmoor, whatever. So everything's in doubles, even on the primer seaters. I'll have everything in doubles on the table. It just makes it quick and easy. And then using that little quarter turn, or that it's a 16th of a turn to take the die out, it works really well. Val, I'd like for you to come to Florida. That would be pretty cool. Get on our squad. There's more there's more spots there. Why not?
Yeah, show up. Make it a good time.
Yeah, Ramsey Country says he uses that setup for decapping only. Never had any problems with it.
Let's see, 308 M1LR in combat.
Yeah, M118 LR is a great round. I actually shot some of it in some of the videos here. I don't want to just burn through it though, but it's basically 175 grain gold medal match for 308. It's an awesome round. Yeah, Hornady lock and load bushings.
Yep, Tim Davis will be there. Tim Davis will be there. It'll be fun. Is there a point of diminishing returns when it comes to reloading? That's a good question, Abigail. The problem is with all this setup, you got to basically, right off the get-go, you got to buy all the equipment. So.
Okay, so Conservative Sniper Hunter says, isn't it recommended that if you're reloading for semi-automatic rifles that small base dies be used? I used to subscribe to that theory, and I did use small base dies back in the days when I was shooting a lot of M1As. Sometimes it would just blow out the base of the die, and it just never would go into the chamber right, and that solved the problem. But since I got away from shooting that in competition, I don't have any issues with just regular full-length sizing dies for 223 or anything.
I saw that Trump boat parade, Nick Knox, on YouTube, I think it was. All right. Well, we are coming to the end here. Chris Smith, Conservative Sniper.
Do it.
Bald and Cranky. Bald and Cranky.
Abigail, it is in frost-proof Florida.
Yeah, I did see it. I just couldn't remember what it was, Ramsey Country.
Yeah, here's another answer to that question. Todd says, I never use a small base die. I'm right there with him. No, we're not allowed to go live during a competition. You cannot, during live, handle a gun or go shooting or be shooting.
They will bust you up for that.
Yeah.
Night I watched what? Have a good night. Chris Smith, when you all leaving out for Florida? When are we leaving? Thursday or Friday? Thursday.
Probably Thursday.
Polk County. Oof. Yeah, she's down there. It's probably hotter than Hades down there, huh? Well, let's see. My cornflakes will wait a bit, lads. All right, everybody. Well, I appreciate everybody showing up. It was a fun night. For the most part, I think I pissed a couple people off, but I apologize. And other than that, that's it. We'll wrap this up. Ray, you got anything you want
All right. Thanks for having me on. I think it was a good chat. A lot of information shared about reloading and kind of dispelling some myths. I mean, you've got some guys that have a lot of experience with it, and almost all of us said the exact same thing. So that's one of those I'd probably write it down in my book. Don't overthink it. Just do the same thing every time, and I think you'll be fine.
That's right. Stay safe tonight.
See you, Ramsey Country.
Have a good week, and see you soon, everybody. Take care.
All right. Have a good one.